Good afternoon. Good evening. Everybody. I got to figure out what I want to say for this show. That's what it is. I think I'm not supposed to even be having.
We need like an intro.
Yeah, I need an intro for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody can hear us. Everything sounds good. Yeah. Let's see. Do you uh-oh. I don't see anything going on this one. Let me see. Yeah, it says it's going. Which one is this? This ain't working. It looks like it's supposed to be. Do you see? Are we up on?
I am bringing that up right now.
Yeah,
I haven't looked
I
yet.
see my buddy Raider Paul in the building. Always struggle streaming. Yeah, there we go. So it looks like it's working. At least one of them is working.
Good.
But I don't see, and it sounds like it's good, man. Sounds like it's good. Oh man, Sacktown, Mike in the building, man. You 62 today? Happy man, are you serious, man? Guess what? That's wild. So one of my best friends from college, he's turning, I forget what today, but his birthday is today. And last but obviously not least, man, today is my daughter's birthday, man. Happy birthday, Terrence C. Honor. Yeah, it's her birthday today. So, man, I don't know why. Let me see if I can pop this out and see if I get it working. I got all kinds of problems today. There we go. I think now stuff is starting to come in. Things are starting to come in, at least for one of these channels. I gotta find the other one now. But how you doing today, Spence?
Doing great. I've been trying to figure out how to get all the streaming stuff going. Thank you for your help with that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Trying to get it all cranked out so I can start recording some content, maybe build my following a little bit.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So I'm wondering if it's because of I should have more going on with my vertical, but I don't see vertical up. We may just have to roll without vertical today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I saw horizontal on the YouTube.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. And again, happy birthday to you, my guy. For sure. Milo Hunt, happy birthday or belated birthday to you, Mr. Milo Hunt. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Raider Paul already getting at it. Matthew Stafford visited Tom Brady's house today about joining the Raiders. Yeah, that's.
I saw Rundown posted that there's already a framework in place.
That is very true. There's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on there. Very interesting stuff forming. Not too sure how that's all going to turn out, but I know what the problem is now. I think. Yeah. 1 second. Let me see how it's going to be. All right. Yeah, I'm going to figure this out, man. You talk to the chat real quick for me.
That's what I'm actually working on. I'm trying to get that up right now.
Get what up?
The chat. I was looking for the link.
Why is monetization off? Show. Yeah, this is wrong. I knew it. YouTube is wrong. Okay. Let's see if that works. That should have connected the stream, hopefully. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm getting them up, but I have to pay for a premium account for X. I have to.
Yep.
And YouTube will actually be up tomorrow.
It will be tomorrow. Finally.
It'll be up tomorrow.
Finally.
Yeah. So that's the two big ones, right? X and YouTube, and then I'll try and get the other ones going. But as far as let's see, like let me switch over. I can at least read the chat from YouTube anyway.
No, you should remember the link I give you, the chat link.
Yeah, it's on my. I gotta log in and get it though. I don't have.
Okay, let me send it.
On a different computer tonight.
All right, hold on. Let me get Spence to chat, so that way we are all in sync. We already got questions about Raiders, man. Who we gonna get as linebacker?
Yeah. Dude, there's a pretty decent amount of guys that are out there. The only question this time of the year is how many of them are gonna make it, right?
Right.
It's like you get this, like the initial list is awesome. Looks great. Looks like you're going to be able to rebuild your team in a year. And then like 2 weeks later, like, you know, the top 5 names at every position have re-signed with their teams. And,
right.
And then that list doesn't look so good anymore.
Yep. You are
right. Exactly your offensive tackles are 35 years old. They're washed and they're looking for, you know, $15 million a year or something. Yeah. So
something crazy. No, you're absolutely right.
That's the sweet spot. It's like, do I want a Lair from the Rams? Do I really honestly believe the Rams are just going to let him walk?
Right.
No.
Of course not.
They're going to resign him. They'll do whatever they need to do. Like, especially if Stafford gets moved, like he's going to be priority number 1 for them.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. I mean, he better be priority.
I mean, their line isn't good enough right now. Like, they can't afford to lose a 27-year-old left tackle.
Right.
That's just, that can't be in the cards.
No. For them. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I don't even have the game up yet, man.
I don't have it either. I was watching Invincible before this. This like this show's insane.
What is Invincible?
It's like a adult themed cartoon kind of deal, but it's a superhero.
Oh yeah, that's why I can't get into it.
Yeah, you don't do that stuff. You're not Marvel, DCU, anything like that.
I'm not, man, and I don't know why. I feel like something's wrong with me. Ooh.
No, it's not for everyone. So
no, I just never
stuff on. You watch Reacher?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god! You ever read any of the Reacher books?
Nope.
It's real good. It's real good.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I don't know, man. I just never ever could get into it.
Yeah, I'm good for, like, you know, comedy, action. I'm down for all that.
Right.
Like Curb Your Enthusiasm's like my
Curb Your Enthusiasm. That used to be my show right there.
Yeah, dude, I went back and watched some of season 1 a couple of months ago. I mean, like they had flip phones.
Yep.
He drove that, like, early on in the show. He drove the Prius.
Yes.
His Prius from season 1, man. It looks like an alien vehicle. It's like, looks like a little bubble.
Right. Let me see, man. I got the game. I'm actually turning on the Nuggets game.
You're putting the Nuggets on, all right?
Yeah, I'm putting on the Nuggets. Seems to be the best thing to watch right now, or the almost the only thing I can watch, if you will. But yeah, we look like we're good on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube looks like it's good.
We should be fine. I know I'm missing out on my vertical tonight. Boo! I can't, man.
Yeah. Dude, I saw somebody dropped off a rundown show because his internet dropped. He had somebody on and they just left. They forget this.
They just fell off. That's hilarious. Yeah, sometimes, you know, Rundown got that bootleg internet, if you will. Man, I'm mad I don't have.
I think it happened last time I saw him on with you. He's like, you guys were in the middle of a conversation and he just disappeared.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely happens. I just can't understand. I'm not good today. I am not. And then shoot, I'm seeing stuff from there we go. Raider transplant. Ah, that's what's going on. Okay, now I
What do
figured
you
it
got?
out. All right, are you seeing it? You seeing the chat? I sent you the link. So
You. Let's see. Yes,
I
I
look like
see
the
it.
travel. You see it? Okay, good, perfect.
Yeah, I got the. Oh, yeah. YouTube TV, man. They broadcast on multiple channels.
Yep, absolutely.
So get this up. It's gonna be slowly but surely. I'll get this thing figured out. So, any other big doings in Raider Nation right now?
Nah, I'm trying to. Man, I have to. I have to get out of here first thing in the morning. Headed to Washington D.C. We got Maryland, Illinois, and Michigan.
Wow.
Them Golden Gophers, man, them Gopher girlies. So I'm trying to get that all situated while having the show, while watching. But yeah, it's crazy.
You're a busy man.
I am a very, very busy man. But the show must go on, right?
That's right.
The show absolutely must go on.
All right, I am in now. I don't have any stuff coming up yet, but as people post comments, questions, anybody got anything to ask?
Yeah, you got the link.
Fire away.
You got the link.
Yep, it's up,
and you can see it, right? Okay, perfect.
I just every time I leave and come back, it's like I lose the history.
Oh, you lose the history.
Yeah.
I don't know how to save the history from that.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Feel free, fire some questions off. Let's see what you got to say. Chat lives matter, right?
Chat lives matter for sure. So we got Raider Transplant in the building. Salute Turf and Spence. What's up with the boxing? Spence, did you like Saturday pay-per-view?
It was awesome. I didn't get to see the full card because I had to go do some, dad duty.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was in the afternoon, right?
It was all day.
Yeah, I was traveling, man, and it was crazy. It was
Angelo was hitting me up. He kept me in the loop after I left. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Angelo.
He loves it. He loves his boxing, man.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna single-handedly save the sport. Bring it back.
Absolutely. Yep. So yeah. Shoot, it was a good card too. I only got to see so far the Bivol Better Be fight, and of course I'm biased. I can admit, I mean, it could have scored either way. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been mad if they scored it the same exact way for Better Be or for Bivol, right? Yeah. Just another action fight. I mean, the trilogy should be just as good as the first two. So yeah, absolutely enjoyed that 100%. My guy, here we go. Yes, Christopher Raiders in the building. Salute Turf and Spence. And Sacktown Raider Mike, you are correct. Angelo is the man. He definitely makes sure we are all kept up to speed in terms of boxing. And I mean, it's coming back to its glory, I believe. It's just going to take a little bit of time. The U.S. is behind.
So I'll tell you what, there's some good fighters out there. I didn't realize that every weight class it's pretty solid.
Absolutely right, man. Super solid.
The only problem is it's a marketing thing. I just don't know who any of these people are.
Right.
I know you and Angelo are in it. Right, so you guys follow along, but as a casual, I'm not.
Exactly, and it's a hard thing. I mean, That is part of the right. And even for the people that aren't casuals, even for, our avid boxing fans, you don't always get those fights that are internationally. They come on at odd times. It just doesn't always, work out like that. So, yep,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
And you know what? It was pretty affordable. It was like $25.
$25. Exactly.
For the whole day.
Turkey a la chic. Shout out to the Turk.
It's like, it's back in the day when I was growing up, I remember like the Tyson fight was like over $100 back then.
Correct.
And then I think they're probably more. How much was the Tyson fight he just did with Jake Paul?
Yeah, I think it was $80 or something like that. Or no, that one you had to have.
No, that one was free, but the other Jake Paul, yeah.
Right. But yeah, still.
Yeah, they make some
getting out of control, and then people aren't fighting each other. It's boxing has its. I mean, every sport has its issues, but hopefully it's coming back nicely. Hopefully it is coming back nicely. All right, I'm gonna turn that off. I see Raider Rundown is in that building. He is on Instagram. Man, I got a show tonight. I got to hop on with Farrell and Severe tonight too. I don't know how I'm gonna do all this, and then I got a 6:00 flight. Man, this is crazy. What am I doing to myself?
You're in demand, man.
Oh man, so where do we start, man? What are we gonna talk about right now? There's so much to talk about.
I don't know. I say we've got. I mean, this is like the sweet spot right now. We got the combine just started for the NFL. You've got the trade deadline coming up for the NHL.
Right.
NBA's just back from the sham of an All-Star weekend they had.
Complete sham.
MLB's in spring training. It's pretty insane. Like, I'm excited for the Red Sox this season.
Yeah, again, baseball also is kind of like basketball, right? The whole first half doesn't matter. No one really pays much attention. I mean, they play 130 games, don't they? I know it's over 100. Absolutely insane.
162?
That's crazy.
A lot.
It's crazy.
So I think it's something like that. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's a lot. Basically for the Sox, I'm focused on just the Yankee series for like the first 2/3 of this season, and then I lock in like when it gets straight into the run.
Right. There we go.
But yeah, it's like as far as baseball goes, like the most exciting parts are free agency, what the teams do to add, then spring training because you get the first glimpse of what it looks like on the field, and then you get the long run, and baseball's more of like I feel like it's more of like a live sport, right? Like when I lived in Boston, I could go to the Sox games as many times as they were playing in town.
Right.
It didn't matter. There's 160 games. Like if I could afford to go and there were seats, I'd go.
Yep.
Right. It's like it's an experience. It's a thing. You don't have to be. You don't really get so much wrapped up in the this is game 42 of 100.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense.
It's a Tuesday night, and it's a Sox versus the Yankees, or it's the Sox versus the Blue Jays, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
I feel like growing up, most of the time I went, you always want that big matchup. You wanted to see Pedro, you wanted to see Roger Clemens,
Yep.
I feel like 80% of the time I went, I always got Tim Wakefield. And don't get me wrong, I love Tim Wakefield, but
right.
You're watching a knuckleballer throw is a little different.
Right. Very different, actually, from that respect. Yeah, that dude.
But I mean, that dude had like a rubber arm. And
I was about to say he was a monster, absolute monster from that respect. Let me see, man. Is everything going? Somebody in the chat type something. I just want to make sure I close some windows out, man. It's such a learning curve, I tell you. Hopefully I didn't shut any, I think I did. I think I probably did. Let me go look.
Angelo wants you to get that boxing channel going, by the way.
I know. You know, he's always going to want that. It really is just the traveling right now. And then it's too and it's hard. We're getting in the meat and potatoes of off season, right? Because we're gonna have, as soon as the combine is over, that's it.
It's a wrap. Like my mind is already 1,000% wrapped into football right now. Like we were just talking about before. Like I think those are gonna be the first set of shows I do. I'm gonna break down the positions.
Yep.
For the draft, and I'm gonna go through free agency and all that. So I'm all about football right now. I could talk about that all day.
Right. You and me
that and that dumb Luka trade. That thing will never go away from me.
You still mad at my guy Nico?
I'm not mad at him. It's like, if you want to do a bad trade, I mean,
right. Nah,
you could. I personally, I always want the Celtics to benefit from those. I hate the Lakers benefiting from that. And I know the Raider fans are probably mostly Laker fans, Lake Show.
You're right, and that's where I don't vibe with. Yeah, they're all West Coast, teams, and that's where it gets rough for me.
I can't roll with that. Sorry.
You and me both, man. I'm not. I mean, I'm a Raider fan. Outside of that, there's nothing else I like in California as far as sports is concerned. Yeah.
I'm KG, Pierce, Bird, all day long.
You got a right.
All day long.
You absolutely have a right. I mean, it's where you're from. Even for me, I get that question all the time. Raider?
Selfishly, that's where I'm at. Like, if you want to make a bad trade, like, send Luka to the Celtics. It's closer for him to go home.
Right.
Makes us better.
How did I know you'd be a Laker fan, Chris?
Of course you are.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
I saw it last week. It's like, or 2 weeks ago when we were talking about the Luka trade. Is they're all in there. They're all happy. Laker Nation is excited.
Yep.
Right? That should tell you who won the trade.
Nope,
Laker fans are so happy right now, right? And they gave up, like a local son, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely right.
And you will never meet a Laker fan who's upset about that trade. Not one. Not one.
I heard there was a huge chant, "Thank you, Nico," when they played him. What was that, yesterday, day before? I think it was the day before. I missed it. I think I was traveling or something. I don't know. I really did want to watch that game, too. They had all kind of memes. You could see Luka staring down Nico.
I'll tell you what, though, the more I see interviews with the owner, I'm not so sure the owner was not bought in on that trade.
I've been trying to tell people, man.
Well, it's still no excuse. I don't care if you want to trade him or not. That's up to you. That's your hole to dig.
Yeah.
He probably just cost himself, I don't know, probably devalued the franchise 30%.
Yeah. Well, Chris, Raiders, man, he said, I was shocked on that trade and not happy. Really? You're a Laker fan and you're not happy with getting your guy Luka, huh? Man, we could.
Chris, let me tell you right now, give it a little time. Give it a little time.
I would say. I mean, it's already started. You opened my eyes to this one. Shout out to Spence on this one. I can't act like, he was the one immediately when it happened. I thought the exact opposite, but
I think Anthony Davis is injured. I think he was injured in the first game he played.
Yeah. No, he's out.
Yeah.
He's out. He's out for the season, I think.
Is he out for the season?
I think he's out for the season. I think. I mean, yeah.
Like, you trade Luka because he's out of shape for a guy who doesn't even play.
Right.
I like the bigs too, Chris. I'm all about. Chris likes the big men.
Yep.
I'm all that, but unfortunately, like, the game is played from the outside now.
It is. It's very, and that's where I lost. That's where basketball started to lose. Man, it's starting to lose a lot of everything. if you ask me.
Yeah, I honestly I believe it's going to get back to that. It's going to get back. It has to, because at the end of the day, it's an entertainment product, and
Right.
you can't have a game that doesn't entertain anyone.
Yep.
It's
4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. Good trade, Nico. Good trade. He'll be ready for the playoffs. And then he'll get injured in the second round.
Yo, this is hilarious.
You can't blame him. I honestly, I think the owner was pushing the buttons on that, because the owner did not like Luka. I've seen interviews with him now, and I'm like, how the dude's like the top 5 player in the NBA. How can you not
like him?
How can you not like him?
It's weird, right? It's weird, right?
All NBA team every year he's been in the league, and the owner talks about him like he's this lazy slob.
It's so strange.
All NBA team I'm pretty sure he's been top 5 MVP voting.
Right.
Every year he's been in the league. It's insane. And if it's a conditioning thing, get him a personal trainer. Don't trade him.
Get him a personal trainer.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Talk about little things.
Right.
And that fat, out of shape guy led all NBA players in minutes played in the playoffs last year.
He did. You are correct.
Yeah. That's it. I can't talk about that anymore. It's upsetting to me.
It's too much.
So many. It's too much. It's too much.
You guys have no idea. He was fuming when this happened.
The trade is so bad it almost looks like collusion.
Right.
I mean, that's what it borders on. It borders on collusion. Like, the NBA is not ever going to do anything about it because it makes LA better.
Right.
And the
LA
NBA thrives when Boston and LA are good.
It's America's team. No, I agree. I agree. That's wild, though.
So, you're taking them out of Dallas. Like, Dallas is a pretty big media market, but it's not LA. It's just not. So
no, I agree.
The only thing is like literally he just killed the value of his franchise.
Right.
At the end of the day, the thing that drives the value of those franchises are the players they have, and without Luka, what's happening when AD retires because his body can't hold up after another year or two?
Right.
Like, what do you got? You're rebuilding again.
It's a great point. That
means all those people that are going to the games right now that Luka put their butts in the seats, season ticket holders, that's not happening.
Nope.
And if your master plan is to move them to Texas, you're going to find out pretty soon. Texas don't like that.
Right.
You try to strong arm. That doesn't work down here.
Nope.
The more likely scenarios, they're going to force you out as the owner.
I agree. Now that I agree with. I 100% agree with that.
I will say it right now that the people that own the Mavericks right now, they will not own the Mavericks within 5 years.
I don't know if they even care to want to.
Why did they buy the team? Why would you buy the team?
I
heard they wanted to put a casino in Dallas. Guess what? Gambling's not legal here
at all.
I don't know if somebody failed to mention that. Mark Cuban didn't disclose that to him when they don't look like the brightest bulbs on the planet either.
My man Spence is hot, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think you guys understand how hot this man was, and I get it, man. I totally do understand. I mean, it's your arch nemesis. Why would you want your arch nemesis getting anything? Anything. Right.
Anything. Better. Like, a lot better.
Right.
Like, people can try and gaslight me into thinking AD is anything useful anymore. He's not.
Right.
Like, he's a great defensive player. Yeah. And when he's on the floor, he's a top 10 player. Luka is 25 years old and he's a top 5 player in the NBA.
No, I
25.
agree. Yeah, it's not even
And
close.
and when LeBron is gone, guess what? Luka will be the face of the NBA.
Yes,
That
100%.
that is the inheritance. It's LeBron to Luka. There is nobody else. And I'm a Boston guy. I want Tatum to be that guy. It's not Tatum. He's boring.
Yeah,
He's
I
got a
agree.
kid. He's like, he's not interesting. Luka's single. He's out there. He goes to the clubs. He's driving the Ferrari.
Right? He
You know?
fits in.
Yeah, but Tatum's got a 5-year-old who's making jokes with Jaylen Brown in the locker room. It's just not interesting.
It's a different situation all the way around.
Right. Jokic would rather go ride a horse than talk to people. He doesn't care. Right. Giannis already got his ring. He checked out.
Completely.
It's Luka's world. The
It
NBA
is.
is Luka's world.
It is. I mean, and yeah, I mean, it just still doesn't it still just feel like there's just something not being said. I don't know. I just get this feeling it's just something's not right still. I can't put my finger on it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what he's got. What, he's got diabetes or something. I don't know. What, he killed someone.
It's something, dude. Yeah, it's something. I don't know what it is, but yes, it's
slept with Nico's wife. Who it's got to be
right?
something.
One of those situations, right?
I mean, I don't know if everybody remembers this, but the current coach of the Rockets used to be the coach of the Celtics. The first time we went to the NBA Finals and played the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
And then he was gone. And nobody knew why.
What is his name? It's a hard name to pronounce. You're talking about, right?
Ime Udoka.
Ime Udoka. Yeah, there you go.
He is the current coach of the Rockets. The Rockets that are like third in the West.
Yes.
He's excellent coach. Excellent coach. Houston made the right choice to go get him. But to this day, nobody in Boston knows what he did.
Right.
That's crazy.
Oh, no, they know what he did. Oh, they absolutely know what he did. Absolutely.
Well, no. The organization knows, but we don't.
No, yes, we do. You don't remember? That's how he lost his supposedly soon-to-be wife and Nia Long, and all that broke up because he slept with one of the front office's wives. That's exactly what happened.
There were rumors going around about that, and the rumors wasn't one. It was a few, and it was.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise to people if you ask me.
He slept with some staffers, some interns. He was just getting around. But those are the rumors. Like nothing factual has ever been released.
Right. Chris says Luka and Tyree were having issues. Wow, that's the first I heard of that one. To be honest, Chris. So
Kyrie,
that's an interesting one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If Luka and Kyrie are having issues, you know who packs his bag and gets the hell out of town? It's Kyrie.
I would think
most overrated player. He's so overrated.
No, now you.
I will die. I will die. I will die on that hill. Kyrie is so overrated.
Yeah, you definitely.
If I was the GM of the Celtics when Ainge had him, I would have done him so dirty at the All-Star break.
Yeah, that's right. He was. So what happened? Did something happen there? Because you sound bitter now. You sound. There's no way.
I'm very bitter about Kyrie. I was happy when we brought him into Boston, but then when I saw him live,
yeah, wow,
he's not. I'm telling you, like as a guy who wanted him in Boston, and then I got to watch him play for a couple seasons. Or a season because he was injured the first year.
Right. Wow.
It was literally of Jason Tatum's career. The worst year he ever had was when Kyrie was there.
Yeah.
That tells you what kind of person Kyrie is.
I
And
mean,
everybody loves him. The team, if you talk to Jalen, if you see interviews with Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, any question, like Tatum and Kyrie are tight because they're both Duke
right,
kids,
right,
right? They love the guy, but I'm telling you, like the culture of the team when he was on it was
right.
bad. It was toxic.
Wow.
It was toxic. He was just not good. And look at his Nets tenure. I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. Look at how he destroyed another team.
I, man, but to say he's not good,
He is a supremely gifted basketball player. I won't take
there
that
we
away from him.
now. That's what I. Yeah, now you okay. Now I
But
can agree with you.
there's more to playing basketball than just being able to have tight handles and shoot.
I agree.
I'm sorry, like
No, I
everybody in the
agree.
NBA has that skill set
Correct.
to varying degrees, But I mean, you didn't get to the NBA being some joker, you know.
Right. No, absolutely.
Everybody that's in the NBA dominated at every level that they were at before,
Right.
except for Bronny, maybe.
Yeah.
Bronny wasn't even dominating in high school.
No.
He just rode his dad's coattails all the way to the NBA.
That I will agree with you.
But I'm just telling you, like as a guy who had Kyrie on my team, I knew at the All-Star break he wasn't coming back.
Right.
I saw him and Durant talking, hamming it up at the All-Star break, and then I saw right after the All-Star break they interviewed him, and he's like non-committal after the whole first half of the season. He was like, I want to finish my career as a Celtic.
Right.
I love it here and all this, and thank you, Danny Ainge, for taking a chance on me. And then as soon as the All-Star break was over, it was, I don't want to talk about it right now. We'll talk about it after the season. Right. I just want to focus on the rest of the season. As soon as those words came out of his mouth, if I was Danny Ainge, I would have traded his ass out of town. It's fat. I would have brought the bag to his house. It would have been like, pack your shit up. You're going to the airport right now.
James Bourne in the building. Hi, James. Hope you're enjoying yourself, enjoying the show. Don't forget, everybody, please like, subscribe. We need to get Spence's weight up. Let's go. Let's get Spence's weight up here, ladies and gentlemen. We need subscribers.
You know what? That's my fault because I haven't been doing a show. I watch you and I get embarrassed because you doing 4 shows a week, traveling to see your daughter on the weekends. I'm like,
don't worry.
I'm just pulling dad duty. I'm at baseball games, volleyball games. I'm just not here.
Right. No, I'm
gonna start carving out some time. I'm gonna make it happen. If you can make it happen, I'm gonna make it happen too.
I appreciate it, and I think that's the attitude to have, my guy. Exactly that. You just have to literally force yourself to put, even if you start out with a half hour a day. You know what I mean? You just have to, you have to start. And Christopher Raiders, Bronny was not even the star of his team.
Wasn't.
He was not. But hey, shout out to Christopher Raiders. First and foremost, he will be on my show next Tuesday, the Ultimate Raider Fan Show. And he finally started his own channel, Christopher Raiders, and that is on YouTube. I did see your first video. I commented and liked, my guy. Great video, great start. I'm glad you just jumped and just got yourself in it, man. You are going to do fabulous. I can't wait to do more collabs. The first collab and many more collabs along with you. If you guys don't know, he's been on all the Friday night shows with Jeff, right, and all the other gang while I've been out, unfortunately. But yeah, check out Christopher Raiders for sure. The guy has great takes. Can't wait to chop it up with you on Tuesday, boss. And also, don't forget about Spence. Get that guy. Hurry up. Go on and get him some subscriptions, man. And he'll get some videos out. I'm going to start leaning on him with that as well. And hopefully we'll get him his own show out there, right? Get him going.
I got to get it up there.
Because trust me, we will watch, man. I say it all the time. This guy is an encyclopedia when it comes to a lot of sports. So yeah.
It's like I'm starting to forget details now. Like, I used to be able to rattle stuff off like
Right.
from 25 years ago, but it's like,
We're getting up there, man. We're
yeah, I
getting
know.
up
You
there.
get old, you start to forget things. It's like, stuff's not as clear anymore.
Right, right. Hmm. So yeah, I'm not paying attention to this game. I don't know if it's good or not. Let me see. What's the score?
It's on commercial right now, but
Yeah.
I haven't even been paying attention to it.
It's Denver.
The
Milwaukee.
follow up game is going to be good. This is the Lakers and the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. To be honest,
9:30.
That's a really good game.
That thing's going to be real good.
There
This
you
is
go.
going to be our this is going to be our first taste of the Timberwolves against Luka. And
Yeah.
we'll see how that looks.
That should, yes, right with Anthony. Yeah, that should Ant-Man. That should be good.
See if he talks trash to Luka like he was talking trash to Tatum. Tatum put him in his place.
Yeah, he did. Tatum, he's got the ability to be that guy.
He just has to, he just has to show in the postseason. Like, he's been way too inconsistent the last couple of years in the postseason.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, he should have probably got the MVP of the finals, but
yeah,
I get it. Jaylen Brown played well too.
He did. I mean, couldn't have went wrong with picking either of the two, right?
No. I mean, and that's really it. Like, those two guys, like, I mean, they carry the weight.
Yeah, y'all and
Porzingis makes it Porzingis there just makes it incredibly difficult for anybody to beat us because you can't get to the rim on him.
Yep,
that's like
impossible.
He's one of the best rim protectors in the league. Yeah,
for sure, without a doubt. Man, there was some news. I'm trying to think, man. There was something. Let me look. There was something going on today. Something.
So I don't know if we covered this last time, but did you see that the Spurs lost Wembanyama?
Yeah, with the shoulder issue, right? He's got a blood clot or something, and he's out for the season.
Out for the season. It was crazy. Like, he was just in the All-Star game. He's gone.
That's a big loss. That's a huge loss. Huge loss. Yeah, I have no idea what that's going to look like. So
Chris, I'm down for doing the show with you.
Yeah, I was just about to say, shout out to Chris. Already subbed to Spence. We'll be happy to do a show with Spence. Call it the new rookies. I like it, bro. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
That's got a good ring to it, man.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like having somebody to go through that misery with, right? Your first set of videos with one person watching, your mama. Trust, and again, I was talking to Spence earlier today, guys. And even still, it's not like, we're guaranteed always to get a ton of people a night, man. It's some nights, man, you get 2, 3, 4, 5 people at a time, man, and that's it. And other nights you get graced with possibly 100. It's a crapshoot. We do know that videoing vertically, which I did finally get that up and running. I don't know if anybody noticed that. In case you're going for a smoke break or you're on your phone, it's a much easier to see. But yeah, I finally got that going. I figured out I can start and stop that and not have any problems with the mainstream. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see those numbers. But we always appreciate every and anybody coming through. Again, don't forget, hit that like button, those thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. But yeah, let me look.
Absolutely.
Latest NFL new team. Yeah. There we go. We got John Leon in the building. Always supporting my guys. Salute. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Yeah, so that's one thing that popped up. That's one thing I did see and I wanted to talk about because there was a lot of noise saying that he was going to retire, and that's Travis Kelce. What's your thoughts on that one? Yeah, he's not. He said he's
not. He's confirmed coming back now.
Correct.
You're right.
Correct.
I heard rumors about him retiring last week too, and then I saw a couple days ago that he's coming back. So, I mean, I'm not surprised he's coming back, but like he didn't. His last couple of years, honestly, have been
Hasn't
kind of
been
down.
looking well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hasn't been looking well at all.
the Swift years haven't been doing well for him.
Not at all. Apoyo
Fly.
Severe. Fly, Eagles, fly. Salute, Mr. Severe. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoyed the show. You kind of playing on my guy though. You know, we got the Severe Raiders. So Apollos. We'll give that a slide. Severe is pretty common, but there is only one, the Severe Raiders. So shout out to my guy. I'll be on his show tonight. I think we'll see. I always got drama. I gotta figure out some flight stuff. I can get there, but I might be stuck in Denver for a while. So shout out to all my Denver people, man. I might need somebody to hang out with on Sunday. we'll
got an Eagles fan crashing.
Yeah, yep. Raiders. Oh yeah, I see you. Oh, so now you want to talk? You got things to say, huh? Raiders are top trash. That's all right. We'll be top trash right now.
Hey, you know what? They just came out. Speaking of top trash, they just came out with the ratings for the team. So basically, like the report card from the players. Raiders did very nicely. I think you came third or fourth on the list.
Interesting.
Like A's across the board.
Wow.
The Patriots are second last in the NFL.
Really? Damn. I know you're not happy about that.
Oh, no. Our owner is so cheap.
Yeah.
He's so cheap. Robert Kraft, like, he's lucky he had Tom Brady for 20 years because he's a cheap man. Like, part of me understands now, like, Belichick's frustration because I'm sure everybody blames Belichick for everything, but I'm sure, like, this dude was like, you are not spending.
Yeah. He was he definitely had his hand into way too much.
We've been I think they said that our annual cash spend, like, for the Patriots was bottom 5 in the NFL. Jeez. For the last 10 years.
That is horrible.
10 years. Like that that's not good. So
horrible.
That's an indictment on, like, our weight room got an F. We've won 6 Super Bowls in the last 20 years, and we just built a lighthouse. Like, that was our big thing, was to build a lighthouse. But our players that you spend, $150 million a year on, they can't get a decent training facility. Like, that's insane.
That is nuts, man. Unbelievable.
So, yeah, I mean, there's certainly, like, little things that are correctable, but I mean, how are you attracting free agents to New England when you've got a millionaire's tax, right? Your facilities are garbage.
Yep.
And the team's rebuilding. Like, you gotta spend somewhere.
Somewhere.
Right? If you're not going to spend on the players, spend on the facility, spend on the training.
Something.
Spend on, nutritionists. I mean, spend on something.
Something, somewhere, somehow. You're right. No, you got to do something to attract that talent. You know what I mean? You absolutely have to attract talent. Brent Beers is in the building. What's up, my guy, Brent? Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show as always, man. It sounds like the Oakland A's, Jeff Fisher.
He's not far away from that. He's not far away from that.
Not far away at all. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody's heard about these new league updates. So, overtime rule changes. The NFL is considering modifying regular season overtime rules to guarantee both teams have a possession. Is this new or is this already exist?
I thought that already existed.
Yeah, that already exists.
They changed that for Mahomes after Brady beat him in the AFC Championship.
Correct. That's been an update as far as that's concerned. But this next one, I do believe starting in 2025 season, the NFL plans to implement a virtual measuring system for first downs, replacing the
Good.
traditional chain game. That's a great idea. This
It's a
new
great idea.
technology is expected to reduce measurement time from 75 seconds to approximately 30 seconds. That's
We'll
pretty.
take it.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
The go
My
back
boy
to
John
spending on
said, "Go
referees.
back to spending on the referees." Get him, John.
The referee thing is a byproduct of being the best. I mean, look at the Chiefs have it now, and everybody
Right.
thinks that they're in their pockets. It's not the teams that are doing that. It's the NFL.
You know what? And to be honest, man, they actually showed some statistics that actually, kind of favored for the Chiefs of not, getting the home job and things along those lines. So that's that's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And we got one more little piece as far as league updates. Salary cap increase. The NFL has set the salary cap for 2025 at $279 million per team, an increase of nearly $24 million from the previous year. This adjustment provides teams with additional financial flexibility for player contracts and acquisitions. What do you think about that?
I think that's great. That means that everybody's gonna have some more money to spend. Like the Patriots are gonna have to spend some to get up to that minimum threshold.
Right.
I think I saw somewhere that said that we have to spend at least 60 million this year or something, because the way the NFL calculates it is like a 3-year trend.
Really?
Or something. Yeah, your minimum spending has to be at a certain amount, or else you get penalized. Right? So there's a salary cap on the upper side, but then the teams that refuse to spend money,
Right.
They put in some rules in place to make sure that everybody's spending to at least a minimum threshold.
Wow.
Right? The Patriots have been below
the
threshold for like the last 4 years or something.
Kraft has been cashing in. Kraft. That's what I'm going to start calling him, Cash Kraft. Because he's been killing it.
So to keep that average up above that threshold, they have to spend, it's something like 60 million or something this year in free agency, or else they'll be hit with fine.
Right.
A big fine.
Right. Interesting. Eric Sumlin is in the building. Appreciate you for coming through, Mr. Eric. Hope you enjoy the show. Don't forget to hit those like buttons and subscribe. We got to get Spence up. We got to get his weight up, man. Go subscribe to Spence's channel. We need some subscribers over there. Yeah, I think it's great, but I honestly do believe the owners hate it. I mean, it's strange. Wealthy people can be strange in terms of money, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain that, other than the fact that
if you're a billionaire buying a sports franchise for fun,
right?
I mean, you're making money just by operating the team. Just the value of the franchise increasing. It's like buying a house,
right?
Yep. Except the value of it inflates much faster than normal people.
Absolutely. My guy Gravy's in the building. Shout out Gravy, man. I can't wait to get back to Saturdays, Gravy. I mean Sundays. Maybe I can get back to this Sunday, since I'll probably be stuck in Denver. I'm not sure. But yeah. Raider Nation Live, bro. Sunday nights. Gravy, Low, Raider Gabe, Fire Show. Yeah, I can't wait to get back. I should be a staple on that as soon as the season is over, as far as gymnastics is concerned. So, John Leon had a good idea. Put a tracker on each of the football for the first down marker.
I think I saw something that said it's already in there.
Yeah, there probably is. There probably is a tracker. Yeah.
No, there definitely is, because you remember there was a first down that didn't get called in the Buffalo game.
Yeah.
Against the Chiefs. And somebody got access to the data and they showed it, and they were like, it wasn't even close. It was definitely a first down.
Right. Yeah.
But they went to replay, and supposedly they looked at that data in the replay, and they still overruled it and gave it back to the Chiefs.
Yep.
So I do believe I saw that there's already some sort of GPS tracker in both ends of the football.
Interesting, man. Yeah, technology is really taking over in all facets of everything.
Hey, have you seen what they're doing in baseball this spring? They're testing a new ball and strike system.
No.
So basically, it's an automated strike zone.
Wow,
this is what makes the most sense in baseball, right? We're in the 21st century, and we still got a dude standing behind a catcher like calling balls and strikes.
Doesn't make sense.
So now in spring training, they're testing it. The batter, if they want to contest a call, they just put their hand on their helmet.
Oh wow!
And then it says whether or not it was a ball or strike.
Wow!
From the automated system.
Dude, that is slick.
It is sick. It's
for a long time I used to agree with, hey, human error is part of the game. You know what I mean? But it's too much money now. It's way too much money betting and stuff going on to where, we can't have these problems. These problems have to go away. 100%. Yeah, so.
Yeah. We don't need the bias in there like of a particular player because somebody said something to the umpire and his feelings got hurt. There's no place for that in the game. So
at all, not even a little bit.
Or to be conspiracy theory level, like are these guys cashing in on the side? Like we already had an NBA ref and crew got caught doing that.
Yep,
skimming. We have NBA players getting caught skimming, right? Have you seen that?
Yes, I have seen it. It's out of control. Out of control.
Yeah, it's amazing how the league squashes those stories too, right? Like, Pete Rose got banned for life. That guy got banned for life. Like, we have players that have been caught, like, actually skimming points in an NBA game.
Yeah.
And they indefinitely suspended, but nobody's talking about it.
Nope.
It's not like the outrage it was then. Like, Pete, in my opinion, Pete Rose should have been led in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. Poor guy's dead, and he'll never got to see that. But he more than served the time for his crime.
He did, and it wasn't right. I mean,
they'll probably let him in now that he's dead.
Exactly.
The old sports writers in baseball are just the worst thing.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully
they're still holding all that grudge against the steroid era players. Like, it's like, get over it. It's like those, like, you should be thanking those guys. That crew, that group of players that everybody eviscerated, they single-handedly saved baseball.
Correct. 100%.
And don't tell me MLB wasn't complicit in that. They knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah, absolutely, they knew.
They saw the ratings and they're like, we won't dig into it.
Nope.
Right? And it took somebody writing a story and digging in. Like, it took that steroid case to make it Balco. That's what really made the whole thing go. If Balco never happened, nobody would have said a word.
Nope.
It would have just, maybe they would have changed the rules and things would have got tighter and they would have worked it out of the game that way. But, I find it like ridiculous that people, penalize those players of that era. Like, I get it. They did it. A lot of players did it, though. And it wasn't just the hitters. The pitchers were doing it too.
Right. No, 100%. 100%.
So it wasn't like a certain group of players had this unfair advantage over everybody else. Like, everybody was doing it. Everybody was gaming the system. MLB was not doing anything about the failed tests.
Not even a little bit. Nothing.
They didn't care.
Nope.
They didn't care. Like, still one of the most exciting, like, all-star baseball games I can ever remember watching was like I think it was I think it was 99. I think it was the one in Fenway Park. And they did the
Okay.
home run derby, and Mark McGuire was hitting him over the monster into the Lansdowne Street behind it. You know, you were seeing balls hit off cars,
Yep.
off the buildings across the street. I mean, it was insane. Sammy Sosa, you know,
I do, man. I remember. I recall. I
Yeah.
recall it all.
Pedro Martinez pitched in the All-Star game, and that was like insane performance. He struck out like I think he pitched 3 innings and struck out all 12 batters or something.
Something wild.
4 innings and 12, 3 innings, 9. It was something insane.
Yep.
But they're, rolling up 99-mile-an-hour fastballs with, 2-seamer on the backside, that splitter. He was insane to watch, but that was that era. That was, that was all those, steroid guys. That was Pedro, just diced him up.
Right. Killing them. I remember. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, we came from that background too. You ain't cheating if you ain't trying. You ain't. It's just.
Yeah.
You ain't cheating. You ain't trying, man. Like, I don't know. I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, it's no different than the exact opposite in what they've been doing when it comes to Barry Bonds, who never got caught. But it's just, it's time to give it up.
Yeah. I get into arguments with those people on they just make me mad. Like all these people that are like, 15 years old, like sharing their opinion about Barry Bonds. And it's like, shut the hell up. Like, you never saw him play.
Right.
Like all you know is that he was convicted in the court of moral opinion.
Exactly.
He never even failed a drug test.
Not once. Not one single time did that man fail anything of the sort.
So if he was using something that they weren't even testing for, then congratulations. You were ahead of the curve.
Bingo. I agree.
And I can tell you concretely, aside from that, like all of that aside, like you could take those years that they say that he was using something, which was never proven anyway, but like you can take those years off the table, and guess what? He's still a Hall of Famer.
HOF. HOF. Dude, his numbers, Barry Bonds' numbers.
I know there was a couple of years that were just absolutely insane.
I don't even understand people trying to.
Do you know he had on base percentage one year? I think of like 83% or something.
It was nasty. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. He has the record for the most intentional walks in his career over the course of a career, and it's not second place is not close.
Right. I agree. Yeah, it's not even remotely close. No one's ever touching that record ever in life.
I watched a game where he came up with the bases loaded, and they intentionally walked him. They would rather take a run than let him hit.
Yep. Brent Beers, I agree with you. Canseco and McGuire changed the game. As an A's fan, it was incredible. It was incredible. I can admit that. I actually watched a little bit back then when these guys started, you know what I'm saying, kicking up dust like that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, those A's teams were fun, right? Eckersley closing, Dave Stewart. Ricky Henderson. I mean, you don't understand. Like, Ricky Henderson's still the career stolen base leader, and next closest active player, I think, is like way under him.
Wild. Huh. So we got some other player news. This is one for you. Rob Gronkowski's potential comeback. Retired tight end Rob Gronkowski is reportedly considering a return to the NFL at age 35, potentially returning with the Denver Broncos.
Why?
Head coach Sean Payton. Gronkowski has been out of the league for 3 seasons. but previously returned from retirement in 2020 to win a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Bucks. What's your thoughts, man? That's your guy. That's your boy.
He doesn't look like he's not in NFL shape anymore.
Right.
You know, like you know what happened? You know, these guys that retire from the NFL, like 2-3 years after their career and they're done playing,
Right.
you start to see them, like, their body shrinks down. They start to look like normal people again.
Yep.
Right? Like the slew of all the stuff that they're taking when they're playing is, I don't know, honestly. I mean, could he probably play? Yeah, I use it.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolute monster.
I mean, my only question would be, like, why would you want to go to the Broncos? Why?
That's my question. Like, why what is it?
What?
It can't be.
You're dying to play with the fourth best player from the draft class previously.
Exactly. I need to know where his head is. Is it CTE? Come on, Gronk. What's going on here? Of all the teams you want to pick, you say the Donkeys. That's alarming.
Dying to play with Bo Nix, I guess.
That's alarming to me, bro.
I would have thought like you know, go to Cincy or something. Maybe you know, play with Burrow. That would be kind of cool if I was him. Like, oh, you know, I can go from Brady to Burrow.
Right.
Brady to Nix doesn't seem quite right.
No, I couldn't.
And you know, I honestly, I mean, just stay retired, dude. I don't.
Bingo. Just stay.
The worst thing that can happen is you just come back and stink.
Yeah, don't do it. Do not do it.
And I feel like, you know, especially when you're talking about the NFL, as far as pro sports go, like, you can't, you know, put like one toe in the water.
No.
You're either all in or you're all out.
All out. And
you know,
he
hasn't been all in for, you know, a few years.
Very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so just stay out. Just stay out.
Yeah. We're on the same page, man. So this news right here, I don't know if you've heard yet, but it 100% will be changing the game for the draft. Abdul Carter's injury decision. Top draft prospect Abdul Carter is contemplating surgery for a stress reaction in his right foot. The decision could impact his preparation for the upcoming draft, though his agent believes it won't affect his draft stock. Yeah, right. What is wrong with this man? There's no way this doesn't affect it. I'm not drafting him first.
So,
AKA Tyree Wilson. Don't get me started. I'm not drafting the kid. I'm not drafting the kid in the first.
I don't think you have to worry about it. I think the Titans are probably going to take him.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I can promise you, like, the doctor that's doing the surgery said that he will be ready to go for camp.
They said it about Tyree, man. You saw what you got with him, and it was obvious he wasn't himself, and even getting to himself, he's still not what we wanted. I mean, let's just be honest.
I don't think the injury is as bad as it's being made out to be. I think because he's not going to do the combine.
Right.
The NFL combine's off the table for him. But he is going to do his pro day at Penn State.
Right. Yeah, definitely. He's definitely going to do his pro day.
So he's going to do his pro day, then he's going to get – I think he's going to get this either – yeah, he's going to get it after that, I think. He's going to get the surgery. And he'll be ready. He says that the doctor wrote a letter to the GMs of the NFL to put their fears at rest that, you know, he's not going to be out. He's not missing time.
Right.
So, I mean, if people pass on him for this, like, you know, all I'm going to say is just don't let him slide.
Right.
He's good. He's good. You don't need him in your OTAs. Don't worry about it.
Right. No, I'm with you. Shout out to Cassandra Russell. Lifetime Reds fans, Bengals a lock also. Appreciate you for coming through. Cassandra, that sounds like a young lady. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for both channels. And then Tony Sirius is in the building. Taxes and Raiders missing the postseason. Two certainties. Hey, I'll take it. I take the love, the hate, and everything else, all of it in between. No worries. We get it. Tony, welcome. Hope you enjoy this show. So, Miss Cassandra, depends on which city they play for. Has any team moves more than the Raiders? That's a great question. The Rams come to mind. The Chargers come to mind. Yeah. I don't know how many other teams, right? I mean, I'm sure.
Not recently, anyway.
The Browns,
Texans.
the Colts, the Texans.
The Texans are an expansion team.
There are quite a few teams that have absolutely,
the Titans used to be the Oilers.
Right. So, yeah.
The Ravens used to be the Browns.
Yes, exactly. Yep, exactly right.
Yeah. Even the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are from somewhere else too.
Yes, they did. They did move. That is correct. But
they've been in Kansas City for a while.
Yes. Somebody at my front door, man. My dogs are going absolutely bat. You know what? Crazy. Let me see. I think my guys.
So we got a Bengals. We got Bengals. We got Eagles. We got Raiders.
Right. I'm sure there's some in here.
The chat's growing.
It is growing.
It's always the worst year, the year after Philly wins anything. All those Philly fans, they start feeling themselves.
They do. They
just start talking all sorts of trash.
It's ridiculous.
Which, congratulations to you guys. Like that was a well played Super Bowl. You guys. Congratulations.
Exactly.
You broke the code.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
You broke the Mahomes code. Just hit him over and over and over again.
Yep. Uh-oh. Brent Beers, I missed Oilers helmet and unis. I agree. That baby blue, man, when Earl Campbell was out there, it was something special. That was real.
Love the Whalers hat, dude. Yeah. See, that's what they need to do is bring the Whalers back.
I know, right? John B in the building. Say word, John B. Don't lie to me. You don't live in the beat. You don't live in the heartbeat, man. Tell me where you at. What part of Hartford are you from? I'll tell you where I'm from because I'm not there anymore. I'm from Windsor, man. I'm born and raised in Windsor, but I got mad family all over Connecticut, period, in general, just everywhere. But Hartford is, my wife's born and raised in Hartford. I mean, I know every crevice, so tell me where you at. I can assure you I know somebody. What the age too, man? I'm 50. I have no problem telling my age out here, man. I'm 50 years old, and that's my stomping grounds for real. It's been a while since I've been back, but John B, I had no idea you live in Hartford. That's wild, bro. Fidel Torres in the building. Big LA Raiders fan here.
Downtown.
Shout out to Fidel Torres. Appreciate you. Hope you enjoy the show. Wow, you got Bushel Park, bro. Man, the Taste of Hartford. That's been something that's been popping off a little bit recently, I would say. So I'll give you one, John B. My family owns the K-Bar downtown. Next time you down and you head out, if you ever frequent the K-Bar, from what I understand, the K-Bar is pretty hot right now. Yeah, the K-Bar. That's my first cousin, man, Kevin Joyner, ex-firefighter and now a lawyer. One of the smartest cats I know, man. My cousin, looked up to him from day one. He's quite a few years older than me, almost 2 generations, but they stuck in with me for a lot growing up. Thank God they did. But yeah, he's killing it. Yeah, bro. I am born and raised Hartford, Connecticut. Basically, I went to a church. I went to Mount Moriah Baptist Church since a child, forced till 18 years old on Barber Street. Like we used to go to the meat truck on our way back, right? Moms had to get those ham hocks and everything else to season the greens. I can go on and on about Hartford, bro. North End. Man, I took my guys to the Jamaican parade, and they all thought, they looked at me like I had four heads. Nobody could understand why I ever left Hartford, Connecticut when I brought them back. It didn't matter if they came from California, Midwest, all of it. Nobody cared. They just couldn't understand it. And then when I took a few to the Puerto Rican Day parade, game over, bro. Game over. So much game over that one of my boys I played football with at San Diego Mesa, Hector Concepcion. Shout out to Hector, man. He's actually doing big things in New Britain, but he's born and raised in San Diego. Moved to Hartford, went to Central Connecticut, never left. And he's actually Puerto Rican. Actually, the first Puerto Rican I ever met in California. I didn't even think Puerto Ricans existed in California.
It's kind of weird. Like we have a heavy Puerto Rican population in the Northeast.
Puerto Rican,
Brazilian.
Portuguese, Brazilian.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's a crazy mix, man. It's a crazy mix up there.
Yeah, you think about it, like how in the world do you get from Brazil or Puerto Rico and you end up in, Massachusetts or Connecticut? Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
But
John B, man, I still got my whole clique, man. I mean, I still got mad people in Connecticut. All the DJs. If you go out, if you're around my age crowd or, a little bit younger, I mean, all my guys that's been doing that all our lives, bro. Yeah. K-Bar is the great spot. That's my family right there, man. Next time you go in there, tell them, say, they won't know me as Turf. They won't know me as Turf at all. They won't have a clue of who Turf is. It's Terrence Crump. Let them know, man, you probably get drinks, man. Real talk. I'm not even joking. So, yeah. Shout out to John B. I knew I liked you, bro.
Connecticut in the house.
Connecticut connection. I knew I liked you, bro. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Chris. You got everybody in Cali. It's a lot of Cali. It's a huge melting pot. And in fact, I mean, I can go on and on about that. When I first moved to Cali, I'll tell this story. This is an embarrassment. It's not. I was an 18-year-old green kid. Very green, right? So here I am, San Diego, for the first time. I run into this lady at class, right? I'm looking at her. She's nowhere near being thin in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to just put it like that, right? And I could just tell she wasn't just black. She wasn't African. Well, she was African. I'm 18 years old. I know nothing but little small Connecticut. You know what I mean? And just growing up on the East Coast. And she tells me she's Ethiopian. And I'll never forget telling my roommates, I was like, hey, man, back in Connecticut, the only Ethiopians I know, it's them big-headed dudes that's bald-headed with the big stomachs and the flies all over the place. Is she lying to me? I swear to God, that is what I thought about Ethiopia and Ethiopians.
Dude, only Ethiopians I ever saw, they ran the marathon.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just crazy stuff that, as a kid, man, I have so many stories, man, about San Diego too, right? Going over the border, hitting up Tijuana, man. It's just so many different ethnicities in San Diego. Talk about the melting pot. They call it New York and San Diego is wild, right? Guamanians, Ecuador. I mean, the list just goes on and on. I mean, it's just so many races I didn't even know existed.
I love San Diego. It's one of my favorite spots.
Absolutely, 100%. My dogs are going absolutely wild, man, and I don't understand why.
They're enjoying the show.
I hope somebody's. Excuse me. Okay, we got Cassandra. What's she saying? If KC won last game,
They're ducking.
with a famous KC Burrows had beat record in NFL versus. Excuse me.
I don't disagree with you, Cassandra. They're ducking them.
Nobody wanted to play Joe Burrow. Not a single soul. Nobody wanted to play Joe Burrow. We all know that. Hey, it is what it is, man. It absolutely is what it is. But
yeah, I saw a rumor today. This is indirectly affects the Raiders. Derek Carr, rumored to be going to the Jets.
Dude, I feel bad for him.
The Jets doing Jets things.
Exactly. Why would that head coach even allow that? Why would he?
It's his idea, apparently.
He's a defensive guy. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's so confident in his defense that he thinks he can, make it happen.
Go get Derek Carr. I'll be
happy.
That
is wild. That is wild. I did not hear that one. Interesting. Yep. So you really honestly think Abdul Carter is still potentially going to be a number 1 draft pick with this foot issue?
Easy. He'll be in the first 3. There's no way.
Really? I'm saying it here.
Put it this way, it won't get to the Patriots. If he gets to the Patriots, he's gonna get drafted by the Patriots.
I'm telling you right now, I think his draft stock has immediately just plummeted. I think knowing what we just went through, you know what I mean, as far as with Tyree Wilson, that injury, that type of injury. I mean, how can you take him knowing he is not going to be an immediate impact? He is not playing for you the whole entire season. That's taking too big of a risk. It's too big of a risk. I don't know. There's no guarantee that the surgery goes well and he actually recovers in time and actually becomes himself before training. It's too much. There's no way I would do this. There's no way I would do it.
Okay. I don't believe you're going to have to make. You're not going to be faced with that problem. He's not making it to 6.
Brent, who you telling, man? He scared everybody that's a Raider fan with this one. Yeah. Nobody's happy with that.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, don't be afraid of it. Like, this is the time of the year where this kind of stuff like happens. Like, they try to push players' stock down.
Right. Of course. Absolutely. They've been doing it with the quarterbacks. They've been doing it with Shador. It's very obvious. Very obvious what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just like we thought, we talked about, we brought this up at the very beginning of the show about free agency. Like, KC's going to tag Trey Smith, the guard.
Right.
Right? I mean, he's one of those free agent, offensive linemen that are not 30.
Right.
He's not making it to free agency.
No.
It's just not happening.
No.
They tagged him and they're going to work on a deal with him. Right? There's already been news out that the Ravens are re-signing their tackle, Ronnie Staley.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that either.
So, yeah, I wanted Staley and I wanted Trey Smith. If Trey Smith made it, I wanted the Patriots to go grab him. That would have been a no-brainer.
Right. Nope, I agree.
It's not going to happen. But the one thing that did happen today is, and I was wondering about this as we were hiring the new staff, like, is there going to be a scheme change on defense now that we've got a new head coach and a new defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
There is.
Interesting.
I wasn't sure about that. It was confirmed today. They told their defensive tackle to explore free agency and see if he can work out a trade.
Wow.
He's under contract.
That's big.
Yeah. He's under contract, but like they don't need him anymore. They're going to I guess to a 3-4.
Right. One quick second.
I'm pretty sure they ran a 4-3 last year, so.
Yeah, I had to yell. I don't know what's going on down there. It's crazy. Jeez.
And then
Devin G is in the building. Pierce Jr. to Vegas. I don't know what that means. I know Antonio Pierce's son was on the coaching staff. That's actually an interesting, good question, Devin G. Is Pierce Jr. still on the coaching staff or anywhere in the organization? That's an interesting question. Or is this somebody else y'all referring to that I just am not privy to?
I don't,
because I see Clifford Raiders saying agree Devin G. I don't know who Pierce Jr. is.
Isn't Antonio Pierce's last name spelled like P-I-E?
P-I-E. That's why. Yeah, I don't know who Pierce Jr. is. So
Yeah.
y'all gotta fill us in, man. We don't know who that is. Well, I don't.
Pierce.
Yeah.
Pierce Jr. to Raiders. Let's see if that's gonna. Oh, that's a draft.
Defensive end, Tennessee. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Pigs
James,
in the building. Shout out Pigs. What's going on, my guy?
James Pierce Jr. leads defensive lineman in 40-yard dash at the combine.
I saw that. Yes. Now that y'all say that, I saw that. Absolutely.
Is he the one that I saw a rundown talking about running like a 4.5 or something?
Yeah, something crazy. Something absolutely crazy. It's getting insane, bro. It's really getting insane. Absolutely wild. The talent. It's mind-boggling. Yeah. To know that a dude that size ran the same 40 I did. Oh, he ran a 4.7. Still, dude, I don't think Scatterboo is gonna run better than the 4.7. I think he'll be close. Like, I'm telling you, he'll be a 4.69 at best. At best. Yeah. At best. So he was projected number 1 overall before the season. Wow.
Would you take him over? Would you take him over Mason Graham?
No, I wouldn't. There's no way I'm taking any other defensive lineman over Mason Graham. It's not going to happen.
It's like, honestly, when I'm looking at defensive linemen, like, yeah, it's great that he can run a 4.7, but like, when is he going to use that?
It's not going to be often.
I'm more concerned with how quick does he get off the ball? Is he, is
3-cone drill, broad jump, vertical, absolutely, explosiveness, 100%.
Power and explosiveness, that's what it's all about,
Correct.
Especially when you're in the trenches like that. You're getting double teamed. It doesn't matter. You're not chasing down running backs.
Nope. Absolutely not. Aiden Bennett is in the building. Shout out to Aiden. Looks like what's good. That's what I'm going to assume that's what that means, WSG. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hope you enjoy the show. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to both channels. Both channels.
Yes, please.
Yep, Pigs. Kenneth Grant is the most interesting. Yeah. There's so much talent in this draft. I'm telling you, this might go down as the best draft ever. What is considered the best draft ever? There has to be one. What's the best draft ever?
The draft that had Marino, Elway.
Yeah, those 6 quarterbacks. That is the best draft ever. I knew there was something that we already knew about.
I think that's pretty much considered the best.
It's considered the best, and I think this one could potentially top it. I really honestly do. I really think that this draft 100% can top this. And it's going to come from the running back core and the defensive side. It is just littered with a ton of talent, man. Ton of talent.
Yeah, I told you who my guy was on your show. The wide receiver.
Oh,
TCU.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's
that dude's insane.
Yeah.
6'5", 225, 4.45 speed.
Yeah. It's interesting.
And he plays fast too. It's like
Right.
sometimes these kids that are like, you know, track stars, you see him on the film,
Right.
and
Hold
he
on one
doesn't.
second.
They, you know, that speed doesn't
Dogs
show.
are driving me crazy. All right. Where are we at? Edgar Bonilla is in the building. Shout out Edgar. Isaiah Bond, second round. Dude, I see Isaiah. Yeah, that's.
I don't know if Bond's going to make it to the second round.
Exactly.
He balled out. So,
dude, and did he have? He didn't do the combine yet, right? That's what I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see the combine. I want to see his numbers from, you know, what he does from that respect.
Yeah. Is he even going to do the combine?
He has to. He didn't have a good season, right? He was injured, so he has to.
Oh yeah.
He has to show up. Yeah, there's no.
Is he healthy?
He has to do the combine and be healthy if he's going to get picked in the first. There's no question. Yeah, I think a lot of people. Maybe I'm crazy, but I don't think a lot of people today are looking to pick injured players in the first round anymore, especially after what the Raiders had to deal with. I just don't see it. But, hey, Edgar Bonilla, I couldn't agree with you more. The meat of the draft is picks 32 through 105. And that's why I don't want to give up any of our third-round picks, period. I couldn't agree. I think you get bona fide starters and potentially all-pro guys in the third round this year. Easy.
No doubt.
I think predictions.
There's going to be plenty of people that are drafting knuckleheads in the first 3 rounds that don't pan. But that's not because the talent's not there. It's because, you know, the scouts and that's the problem with the combine. It's a double-edged sword, right? Like some people just fall in love. Like some dude that, you know, couldn't catch a ball to save his life during the season, but can run a 4.2 or something, right?
Hayward Bay. Yeah. Hayward Bay. So, Devin G, y'all ever been to a draft? Are you kidding me, man? I've been to the last 3, I think. Vegas, Detroit, the one before Vegas. Yeah, and we are absolutely, as far as the Raider Syndicate, we are all going to this draft. In Green Bay. It's in Green Bay, Wisconsin this year. We already lining it up. The only reason I won't go is if, you know, my daughter and those Gopher girlies, some GGs, Minnesota gymnastics team, make it to nationals and it messes with the schedule. That's the only way I won't go this year. You know, but all my brothers will be there, man. We will be representing 100% in full effect. Yes, Devin G. There's tape out there already. Trust me, we was out there, and if you saw me acting like a 2-year-old when we drafted Brock Bowers, yeah, you would be laughing today. You'd still be laughing. Yeah, hopefully MC Raider and those guys don't put that tape out there. Y'all don't need to see Turf acting like a 2-year-old after that pick, especially now the way that Brock Bowers looks.
Oh, you were mad about that?
Oh, I was livid. Oh, I was.
Who did you want?
I wanted the tackle from Oregon State.
Who is that?
He went to the Saints, I believe, directly after we drafted Fuaga. I wanted Fuaga.
Oh. Well, you know what? Honestly, like, Fuaga was probably the best lineman out of the draft.
Exactly. See, and I had inside information. Again, a lot of people. My coach, my offensive line coach was his coach. My offensive line coach at Montana State, Jim Milcarrick, was his coach. Jim Milcarrick is now the offensive line coach for Michigan State. They just got picked up. I'm telling you, he's the best offensive line. He's one of the best coaches I've ever had. So I knew this kid with Fuaga was the real deal. I asked him. He told me he's the real. That's the real deal. You know, yeah. So I knew it. Man, I got a lot of cool I got a lot of cool insight on some players. I got a buddy right now that I play with that's at the combine. He's got clients. He's an agent, if you will, along those lines. Man, we got some inside information on these streets. I'm gonna just let y'all know we got inside information on this side of the streets. So, yeah.
I wish I had your connections.
Pay attention. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Trap God is in the building. Salute, Trap God. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hope you enjoy the show. Death Pile Picker, Matthew Golden outperformed Bond. Wow. Us Texas folks are high. Us Texas folks are high on Bond. You know, hook 'em.
Golden and Bond. Yeah.
Yeah, both of them. So interesting take, man. Interesting take.
I think I honestly believe they're both going to go in the first round.
Yeah, I don't see how they make it out, especially the way they perform.
Yeah,
I mean, most of the Texas skill positions perform.
Bond's going to be back of the first round guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not huge. I think he's a little bit under 6, like 5'11", something like that.
Right,
but he looks even a little smaller than that maybe on the field, but
right,
he's fast.
Yes. And Edgar, I love hearing this, bro, because I thought DJ Glaze was a steal, but Fuaga and Glaze almost the same PFF grade, and you already said it. He was a slam dunk, and I think DJ Glaze didn't get the credit he deserved. He actually was the first tackle to stop TJ Watt. Is that the Watt brother over in the Steeler land?
Yep. Pitt.
Yeah, he held him to some stat that he hadn't been held to since like his rookie year. Something crazy. He got nothing on DJ Glaze. Literally nothing. Not a pressure, not a touch, not a hit. Not a hurry, nothing. So,
and you got Bowers. So
Brock Bowers, bro. That Detroit draft was wild, man. Definitely.
Honestly, what quarterback was still on the board when you guys drafted?
As far as Bowers are concerned, not anybody we wanted. Everybody was gone. Remember?
I'm trying to remember who.
They all flew off. The only people that we were really, really looking at was the kid that went to the Falcons, and then the kid that went to the Donkeys, and there were 3 other guys that got drafted before 9. We literally picked the best player available in the draft when we picked them.
Yeah. There was You definitely got probably the best tight end we've seen since Kelsey.
Kelsey, I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
McBride maybe. McBride is pretty sick too in Arizona, but
he is.
Yep.
Bowers
is going to be good for a long time.
Very long time. Absolute long time. No question.
So you guys took Bowers at 13, right after Bo Nix went.
Bo Nix.
I would have died. If Nix was on the board at 13, would you guys have taken Nix over Bowers?
I would have cried like a baby if we took Bo Nix. Yeah, Bo Nix got drafted by the Donkeys before us. Bo Nix was not there.
Right before you.
So, yeah. Yep. I would have been sick.
How about this? I mean, this draft was really good last year.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, man. It's 6 quarterbacks. First time since the Dan Marino draft. I mean, right now, somebody might say that's the best draft last year.
It was a really good draft. Look at the guys that went after Bowers, like Talise Fuaga.
Yeah.
Late two.
Yes,
Byron Murphy.
Jesus Christ.
Dallas Turner. Amarius Mims,
Wow.
Jared Verse, Troy Fatanu.
I don't know what he did. What
He's
done.
he's on the Steelers. I don't know if he had a good year or not, but
Right.
Chop Robinson, Quinion Mitchell, Brian Thomas went 23.
Jesus.
I probably could have made an argument after knowing how the rookie years went for everybody now that Brian Thomas might have been the pick for you instead of Bowers, but like you can't argue with Bowers. Like he's gonna be sick for a long time.
He's a staple forever.
I mean, I'm thinking about it now. Back then, like beginning of the year, that would have been a pretty crazy lineup because you still admire. It's not like you were poor at tight end.
No,
you would, but that
and we had Bryant, another Mackey winner. It is. We were nowhere close to being bad. Yeah,
but you had a number one wide receiver at the beginning of the year, right?
We did.
So it would have been him and Brian Thomas, and then you would have had another good wide receiver.
Right
behind him. Plus, you would have had those two little Mighty Mouse guys that you have.
Yeah,
that would have been plus Meyer at tight end. That wouldn't have been a bad back. That would have been kind of scary.
Oh, good. It would have been good.
Brian Thomas was the number one wide receiver. For
yes, absolutely. I know. Yes, I mean.
Yeah. So everybody can hang up the like Malik Neighbors and all that.
Right.
Like, Thomas beat him. Solid.
Yes. Strong. Not even not even really a comparison. Let's keep it a bean. That's pretty much. Yeah.
And like he had Mac Jones thrown to him for half a year.
Terrible.
Is that a baby crying?
It is a baby cry.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Babies cry when Mac Jones plays.
That's hilarious, man. Hilarious. So yeah, let's see what else we got as far as team news, man. It looks like the Eagles are exploring potential free agent signings. Veterans like Khalil Mack, among other notable prospects, despite a decrease in sack totals, Mack's experience and skill set could bolster the defense. And then, go ahead.
Khalil Mack on that team would be scary.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I mean, they're probably going to lose the
Sweat.
Yeah, they're probably going to lose Sweat. But
they're
if you replace Sweat with
Mack,
Khalil Mack, I don't know.
Crazy.
It's kind of crazy.
They're talking about us, Sweat going to us.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind it.
You would look good in red.
He would look good in the silver and black.
I'm not gonna lie, he'd probably look pretty good in the Patriot uniform.
I know, right?
Do that.
Get your dibs in there, man. Get your hat out there. Get your hat thrown into the equation. Yeah. And then Houston, Texas, financial planning with the new salary cap in place. The Texans have approximately $4 million in cap space. Nick Caserio plans to restructure contracts and make strategic moves to free up additional funds for draft picks and season adjustments. Yeah, they're gonna have a rough time.
Caserio is a master of working the cap. He's really good.
Yeah,
I was upset when he left New England.
I know you were. I remember having that conversation. Yeah, you were.
That's how we've ended up on the Wolfpack.
Yes.
Elliot Wolf's our GM because everybody else left, not because he deserves the job.
Right.
Yeah. So there's no doubt. Like in Houston's been drafting really well.
Oh yeah.
Since Caserio went over there, so they've directly screwed us a couple times in the draft.
Right. They have a team. To beat. Miss Cassandra, who is the dirtiest player currently in NFL? in the NFL, in your opinion? Dirtiest player.
Dirtiest.
I mean, this is unfair. The only reason I can even say it, though, is because he's the only player that I see that had plenty of controversial hits, if you will. And that's that linebacker from the Falcons, right? You know what I'm talking about? He put out the quarterback for the Jaguars.
Yeah.
We took him out on
Trevor
Lawrence on that last minute hit. That's who I would have to say. I think it's unfair though, and it's biased because honestly, that's just the last person that's been complained about.
Yeah.
I mean, Ndamukong Suh, he's not in the league anymore, right? He's a nasty individual. Dude, I'll tell you, I wouldn't want him on my bad side.
No.
Yeah, I would have to go with that. I forget he's definitely a linebacker. If I hear the name, I would know it immediately. But
yeah, I can't remember his name either. But it's I remember who you're talking about, and I remember the hit.
Yep.
And they were when at length about how he plays a little after the whistle kind of thing.
Right.
I think he laid a hit on Mahomes out of bounds.
Yep, it was him. Yep, he did. Yeah. He did.
You touch the Lord and Savior Patrick Mahomes, like you're gonna draw the ear of a lot of people.
Right, absolutely. Devin G, what does Vegas do in round 2? It's all going to depend. It's all going to depend. I could see us drafting offensive, defensive line talent with number 2. I personally think number 1 will be a quarterback, no question. Unless the caveat here is the only way we won't pick a quarterback at 6 is because Shador and or Ward is no longer available. That's the only way we won't pick at 6 a quarterback. If they're not available, I could see us trading back, right? And then picking up one of these quarterbacks in the later rounds and see what you can get for draft capital. Because again, right, I think, Edgar, you already said it. Picks 32 to 105. That's the sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at with it. So yeah, that's what I want because I wouldn't mind getting a running back in the third, one of those third rounders that we have. I know you asked for the second. Second round, I'm spending that. If we get a quarterback first round, second round, I'm getting offensive, defensive tackle. Period.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm looking at the PFF mock draft, the most recent one.
Yeah,
they got published, and they have you taking Will Johnson at 6 in the first round.
Yeah,
which I'm not gonna lie, he's my favorite corner in the draft.
And we need one. We need a cornerback for a lot of reasons. So I'm not mad at that at all.
They have you taking Demetrius Knight Jr. from South Carolina, linebacker.
Really?
Yeah, in the second round.
Yeah, that doesn't sound.
He missed 1 tackle and run support in 24.
Jesus, that sounds like.
He allowed a passer rating of only 61.7 in coverage and generated pressure on 25% of his pass rush snaps.
Wow.
Sounds. Yeah. Those dudes down from South Carolina and Mississippi, like, they're usually pretty good football players coming out of there.
Yep.
Your second, third round pick, you'll like this one. I know you and Rundown like this one. Quinshawn Judkins.
Hey, bro, we got any running back from Ohio State. I would be absolutely amazing.
I want Henderson. You guys can have Judkins. We'll take Henderson. That's how we can break it up.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
There's you're not gonna like this one though.
Uh-oh.
Next pick is Jalen Milroe.
Oh hell no, bro! My boy Raymond, bro. Shout out to Scotty Ramos I don't know if he's in the building tonight. I hollered at him last night. This kid wants Milroe and Gianti so bad. I'm gonna put this take out there. and I'm putting it out there because I'm standing on it 10 toes down, as the youngins say. I believe that there will be multiple running backs that have better stats than Janty as a rookie.
Oh, for
Multiple.
sure.
Not just one, multiple. There will be multiple running backs that are rookies, even possibly undrafted free agents, that have better stats than Janty. Period. And yeah, go ahead.
If you go, I challenge everybody that is a Jonty fan to go back and look at who he played. All right.
Mountain West.
The first team that he played that had any sort of resistance was in the college football playoff. And how did he do in that game?
Correct.
How did he do? Henderson and Judkins played in the Big Ten. They played a nasty schedule.
Every week they was in the thick of it.
And I can tell you, just because Jonty has the mountainous stats from playing in a crap conference, this is the thing. Don't talk to me about players that come from these crap conferences.
Get him, Spence. Get him, Spence.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing about the Miami players and all these guys in the ACC. The ACC sucks. All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna call it how it is. The ACC sucks.
Yeah.
It's an inferior conference, right?
Bingo.
If Miami played anybody from the SEC, they would destroy them.
Right.
And it would be unceremonious. It would be like a 50-point wash. All right. So Cam Ward, bye. All right. Shador at least played in the Big Ten. I can respect his stats because he actually played real teams.
Big 12. Yeah, Big 12.
Or Big 12, rather. Yeah. No, he's in the Big Ten. Or is he in
Colorado?
No,
Colorado's 12.
Colorado's 12.
It's 12.
Yeah. They played real
better
teams.
conference than the ACC.
Yes.
Hands down.
Yeah. Do you know Miami didn't even play Clemson?
They didn't play Clemson?
They didn't even play Clemson.
Wow.
Last year. So who did you play? The best game on their schedule was Florida. The next best game on their schedule, and they beat Florida, but Florida sucked last year.
Right.
The next best team on their schedule was Iowa State in the bowl. And guess what? They lost.
Yep.
Like the stuff about Cam Ward, I'm done with that.
Spence ain't on the Cam Ward track.
No.
I love it. Bro,
talk all your trash and throw all these stones at Shador. Go for it. Go for it. You know who's going to be playing next year? Shador. You know who won't? You.
I love it, dude.
It's going to be embarrassing. I'm just trying to think. What happens if he gets drafted by Tennessee number 1 overall, and then Will Levis beats him out for the job?
Yeah, that would be wild.
How embarrassing is that?
Right.
Because Levis has the tools. He's just not a good quarterback. But I don't think Cam Ward is either. So,
right.
Okay.
Right.
Two bad guys fighting for the same job on a crap team. It doesn't matter who wins. They're gonna stink either way.
Absolutely, bro. That is so funny, bro. That is hilarious.
I think Cam Ward has better accuracy throwing the ball than Jalen Milroe. But Milroe is a better raw athlete.
Right.
If I'm going to draft somebody out of this draft class and say I'm going to pick somebody with the idea that I could clean up his mechanics, I can make him. Yeah, Milroe is 100 times more upside than Cam Ward. Because Milroe, if they were to run in a race,
yes,
Milroe's going to beat them every
day of the week, twice on Sundays.
So Milroe's going to get to that edge, and he's going to go. Cam Ward is probably fast enough to do the same.
Correct.
Right? But, I mean, at the end of the day, you better be like Jaden Daniels. You better be a threat from the pocket first, and a threat with your legs second.
Yep.
Right? Cam Ward is not a threat from the pocket.
No.
He's not. I'm sorry.
I I have to agree, man. I mean, like you said, the competition, he had a hell of a team. I mean, don't get me wrong, Shador had great skill positions, but his offensive line was probably one of the bottom worst that in that echelon, if you will. He got hit the most. I don't know. I look at Shador as being the clear, more polished player ready to play right now. Even though I hope, he won't play. I know he won't play if we draft him, and I know for a fact he won't play. I'm almost ready to bet I hope that's a prop bet.
I think if Shador got drafted by the Raiders, I think it'd be kind of like what the Patriots did last year with Drake May.
Exactly.
Like you send him for like the first 6 to 8 games, and then you play him
if you have to. You have to. But with Tom Brady, I mean, I just see him looking at his situation with Bledsoe and like, nope, you're gonna sit. We're gonna get a guy in here that I trust, right, to lead this team and not make mistakes, not turn the ball over, and rely on Pete Carroll's defense.
Yeah, I firmly believe you guys are going to get Stafford. It just makes the most sense.
Man, that was my dream bridge guy well before the season even started. Honest truth. I wanted him before the season even started last year. He's been my favorite that I knew we had a shot at, right? Believe it or not, I don't know if everybody should know this. If I could pick any quarterback in the NFL right now, do you know who it would be?
Matt Stafford.
Joe Burrow. I would pick Joe Burrow. I would pick him over Mahomes. I would pick him over Jaden Daniels. I would pick Joe Burrow right this second. It's my favorite quarterback.
He's good.
I mean, his numbers dwarfed everybody this year. It's a travesty he wasn't even mentioned. No, seriously, his numbers dwarfed.
I mean, he's throwing to
quarterbacks.
Throwing to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
I agree.
I mean, come on.
I agree, but
come on,
dude, Joe Burrow is. I don't know. I'm biased. He's just. He's one of my favorites of all time. All time.
Here's the thing. Like, I'm a Patriot fan. I'm a Tom Brady fan through and through. But I can admit that Pat Mahomes is.
Oh, he's that guy. Deal. He's that guy.
He's the real deal.
He's that guy.
If I'm picking somebody from the current NFL construct, it starts with Patrick Mahomes.
Right. No, I understand.
I don't, but I don't disagree with you. Joe Burrow is right. He's the next guy on that list to me.
Right. No, I get it. I mean,
it's those two, and then I'm probably honestly, who do you go to after that? Who's your third player?
My third, it's got to be Jaden Daniels.
You go Jaden over everybody else, over Lamar.
Oh, no, I'm tripping. Yeah. Bring Turf to the front of the congregation. I am completely losing my mind. No, it's actually Lamar Jackson over everybody. I mean, Lamar Jackson, what he's done, I mean, he had 4 picks this year. Come on, man. When's the last time anybody did what he just did? That's the reason why I felt he deserved the MVP. His team failed him. I'm sorry. I call it what you want. Sure, it's a team. And his team failed him. He did everything he needed to do for that team to win, and they failed him. I can't see it any other way. I honestly can't see it any other way. His team failed him, man.
You know what? Like, I could take that excuse, like, if it was a one-time thing, but it's an every year thing with him.
But he
just comes up small in the biggest moments.
I know, but he can't throw the ball and catch it. And see, that's the thing. He didn't come up small. It wasn't him. I mean, come on, man. Dude, Andrews, I don't know if that guy is still sleeping right now without some kind of medication. Dude, he lost the game, man. The most simplest catch that any high schoolers ever made, he lost the game. I'm sorry. I can't get that burnt out of my head, let alone anybody else from that team.
Let's be honest. They should have won that game. That play shouldn't have been
they shouldn't have had to go
deciding factor in that game.
I agree, but
that game was lost before then.
But was it Lamar though? Because I don't think the stats state that Lamar was the problem.
You know what? Lamar did not have his. usually he plays poorly, but he didn't play terrible in that game. Like
No, no.
his numbers were good, not great, but it wasn't bad.
Right. Right.
I don't know. It's just I just look at it and I'm like, you had the number one running attack in the NFL. You didn't run the ball.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Like played, and it seems like they do this every year. Maybe they just need to get rid of Harbaugh. Maybe they need a new voice. Seriously, it's the same thing.
No,
like
makes sense.
they seem to do this every single time in the playoffs. It's like
Yeah.
they don't play to their strengths.
Yep.
And
No,
they end up getting beat on stupid things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They should have beaten the Chiefs a couple years ago in the playoffs, and they didn't show up.
Correct.
That's as much the coach's fault as the players.
Absolutely.
You can't get your team up for a playoff game. Like, I don't know. The Bills. I thought the Bills got robbed. Honestly, this year. If I'm picking quarterbacks in the NFL, it's the Bills quarterback.
Right. I'm not going to deny that one. Definitely not going to deny that.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if the refs weren't, simping for the Chiefs, then the Bills would have beat them in that game.
Yes, I have to agree with you on that one too. I have to agree with you on that for sure.
So, all right, I'm gonna throw a hard hypothetical at you because you seem like your mind has changed on this draft, and I want to hear this. I want to hear you say it. I want to hear you put it out there.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter falls to 6, and your choice is between Abdul Carter and Shedeur Sanders.
I got PTSD. Take Shedeur Sanders. I got PTSD, bro. I am.
And Mason Graham's out there, and Will Johnson.
I couldn't do it.
It's Shedeur all day, right?
Shedeur all day. I couldn't do it, man. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Okay. Let me do this. Let's take Shedeur off the board. Shedeur went in the top 3. It's Abdul, Mason Graham, and Will Johnson are your 3 guys to choose from. Who are you picking?
And that's you saying that number at the first pick?
Yeah, and we can throw Tet in there too. I saw some people, starting to sign on to the Tet.
You said Abdullah, Mason, and Johnson. It's our first pick.
And Tet.
Well, what did we do in free agency? Did we do anything offensively? Offensive line wise, defensive line wise?
You signed a 35-year-old tackle.
No.
Let's say that.
No. That puts us in a bad situation because now I have to move off of Mason Graham. If we sign a bad tackle, I'll move off of Mason Graham.
Not a bad tackle, an old one.
Well, you don't pass the rundown test. That's a bad one.
Rundown's an ageist. He doesn't count.
I know, right. So honestly, though, if I've gotten a piece there, I'm still very, very nervous about our secondary because while we have to give flowers to Jacorian Bennett, and I had to bring myself to the front of the congregation for calling him out a little bit. The reality is the kid still hasn't played a full season. He had one decent year. Wasn't some fantastic year where he was looking to make the Pro Bowl or anything. And there's no guarantee that he'll be able to play a full year. Look at Nate Hobbs, right? Y'all know that's my favorite rookie of all time. My first rookie jersey I ever purchased. But he can't stay healthy. He can't stay on the field.
If you guys had Will Campbell also on the board, would you take him?
That is who I would want to take. I want to shore up that offensive line.
I knew we were going to get there.
Yeah, I don't want Mason Graham if I've gotten a tackle.
You're leaving Abdul Carter on the board, but you're going to take Will Campbell.
I'm leaving Abdul Carter on the board, and I'm still up in the air on if I want to do Will Johnson or the tackle. It's going to really depend on what we've done in free agency. If we've solidified a little bit on our guards, if you will, or something along.
I don't think any of those dudes are going to be like any of the dudes that you and I have talked about wanting.
They won't be there.
They won't be there. So you're going to be choosing from like the old cats, you know. Yeah. Maybe the kid from Philly that was on the Jets, Mekhi Becton.
Becton. Yeah, they've been talking about him.
He might kick free, but
right.
If I was Becton and I just won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, I might be willing to take a shave on my contract and just stay.
Right.
Right. Knowing that like I'm gonna get to play with like a bunch of like I think they have like 2 or 3 Hall of Famers on that line right now.
Yes. It's real. It's real.
So I mean, keeping that line together should be a priority for the Eagles, but we'll see. So that kind of dovetails into I just took a look at the PFF mock draft for the Patriots.
Okay.
PFF has the Patriots taking Will Campbell at 4.
Wow. How do you feel about that? I think it's smart.
We need a lineman.
That's what I said. You got that. I mean, you're talking about the kid from Penn State. I would be looking to protect your future and your quarterback.
Our tackles last year were Vidarian Lowe and DeMontre Jacobs. Awful.
At the bottom of the barrel. At the bottom of the barrel.
Those are 2 of the worst rated linemen in the league last year. Will Campbell would solidify the line immediately. Right?
For a long time. Long time, too.
I'm all for that. Like, yeah. And then they have us taking JT Tuimoloau from Ohio State in the 2nd round, which I'm not on board with that.
What is he?
He's an edge rusher.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
We need an edge. But I'm not.
You need a wide receiver. Don't you need a wide receiver? Do you even have a number one? Who's your number one? Yeah, see?
Kendrick Bourne? I don't know.
You need a number one. We need a number one. Well, I make a deal with you and give you guys your guy back if you want him, because I'm going to be honest. I think Jacoby Myers is a solid 2 at best. He's not even a good 2. Solid. He's not going to let you down, but there's nothing special. I just don't see
the dude. I think I saw a stat last week on him. I think he dropped like 2 balls the entire year.
Right.
For you.
Right. But
2 balls.
I know, but he can't take the top off of a defense.
It doesn't matter, dude. Like you need people that move the chains too.
Well, no, I agree. I'd keep him, but again, what I'm trying to say though, he's not a Brandon Ayuk number 2, right?
I don't know. His numbers were better than Ayuk last year.
Well, that's because Ayuk got it. What about the year before? The year before when Ayuk went for 12.
Ayuk, that was his best year.
I agree. But I'm just saying, he's a number 2. He's a number 2 behind.
I mean, Jacoby he was over 1,000 yards, wasn't he?
No.
Really?
I don't think he's ever gotten over 800. I'm telling you, man. I like Jacoby, man, but when we had Devontae Adams, he was the only player that I felt like we could level up. You know what I mean? And get a better number 2 than what he was representing.
Believe it or not, there's actually rumors kicking around that the Patriots might pursue Devontae Adams.
Wow, that's interesting. Wow,
I can't say that I would be upset about that.
No,
dude,
hell no,
dude. I knew he went over that. He was over 1,000 yards last year.
Was he?
Myers, yes.
Oh well, hey, bring me to the front of the congregation. Yes, let's just call
87 catches. 87 catches for 1,027. Only 4 touchdowns.
That's what it was. So it must have been okay. No, yeah, I'm wrong.
All right, let me reframe this. If you guys want to trade him back to us, we'll take gladly. Gladly.
We need him. We don't have anything else. We don't have anything else right now, so there's no way you're getting him now.
Right, but I'm saying if you guys are so unimpressed by him, like I would gladly take him back. Dude that doesn't drop a ball.
Right. Hey, we're gonna sidetrack ourselves real quick because our new friend of the room, Miss Cassandra Russell, she has an NBA question, man, and we have been watching NBA.
Fired up.
Yeah, so follow-up question. NBA, does Bronny even get on the court if LeBron wasn't his dad? First ever father-son to play on the same court at the same time. Also massive jersey sales opinions. You hitting a sweet spot for Spence right now, Cassandra. He can't wait to answer this one.
Well, let me say welcome
to the
buddy. Show.
Take it over.
Welcome to the show, Cassandra, because we've talked about this before, and people that have been here know how I feel about Bronny. Bronny wasn't even. I'll just say this: he played for USC and got benched at USC before he got injured. The rumor out there was that he was going to transfer from USC because the coach benched him.
Correct.
Right?
I recall. I remember.
He was not the best player on his team in high school. He was not the best player on his AAU team.
Nope.
And my son plays basketball, and we've watched their high school team when they played. Bronny was not good in high school. I mean, he was good. He was good, but he was not like whoa.
Right.
Which an NBA player in high school is whoa.
Correct.
Right? The White Mamba, Brian Scalabrine. Right?
Yeah.
He didn't even play in the NBA. Like he was a bench warmer, a towel waver, Like when he was in college, he averaged like 26 points a game.
Call him a towel waver.
Yeah. Scal, if you're watching, I know you're not, but if you are, you know I love you. I'm a Celtics guy. I love hearing you call the games,
right.
And I know you'd whip me if I played you 1-on-1. So, like,
that is hilarious.
But Scalabrine at 42,
right,
would whip Bronny. Whatever he is, he's a 40-something-year-old.
Right. No,
he would whip Bronny, and Bronny's half his age.
Yep. So yeah, there you have it, Cassandra. I mean, that's Spence's take. I'm pretty much the same. I mean, I'm a realist. I keep it transparent. He's
less mean than me.
We know that the nepotism was in full effect on this one. Can he make a name for himself? Sure. I mean, does he make the G League? Yes, he makes the G League. Let's not be too harsh over here. I mean, G League, he's making it. But I have to agree. I mean, he's definitely getting preference, and rightfully so. I mean, that's been since the beginning of America. It's just the way it's normal as a slice of apple pie.
I think I saw that he had the worst plus minus of any player in the G League when he was down there.
Spence don't like that dude.
No, I don't like people. I don't like people getting something they didn't earn.
Right.
Yeah. Like Bronny didn't earn. He didn't earn college. He got recruited to USC because of his dad.
Correct. And the money. Follow the money.
Yeah.
I agree.
And he got to the NBA because his dad. The Lakers drafted him in the second round because LeBron told them to. Let's keep it 100, right?
Yes.
If LeBron is not in the NBA anymore, would he have gotten drafted last year?
No. Absolutely.
Would he have even tried to go into the NBA draft? No.
The only thing I will say, the one thing I will give him, because let's keep it a bean. These people are in business for money. The kid's jersey sales alone warrant picking him up for the $50 million they got. You know, I mean, that in itself, I'm not gonna be mad at that. I'm just gonna be honest, right? It's a marketing ploy. You're gaining way more than not picking him up, right? You don't pick him up, you're definitely not making this kind of cash. Hey, y'all love him, hate him, like him, dislike him, felt he earned it, not. Guess what? His jersey was the highest selling jersey, period, when he got to the league. So, yeah, man. Yeah, got to figure it out. You know what I mean? Got to figure out. Key from Set and Key Media is in the building. Joe Schmo, rejoin that membership, dog. Yeah, please do. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Don't forget, everybody, please like and subscribe to both channels. Right?
Yes,
both
please.
Channels. You got the Ultimate Raider Fan 32, and you got Title Town, right?
That's right.
Please go subscribe. But yeah, that's a good one, man. Fidel Torres, Worthy is the greatest James in Lakers history. I'd have to agree with that, and I know my mom would agree with it. James Worthy was her guy. Yeah, I mean, LeBron he's just a polarizing, controversial, just walking debate every which way till Sunday. He's earned it. I mean, hey, no matter how you love, hate LeBron, he's earned where he's at. He's put in the work, right? He's put in the effort. Nobody takes care of themselves like he does. It's just, yeah, it absolutely is amazing what this kid has done. He's not a kid. He's 40 years old. And, hey, you got to give him his props, right? Let's keep it real, Spence. You got to give LeBron James his props for what he's done.
Oh, yeah.
There's no question at all.
He's great. He's a great player. He's just not the greatest.
I agree with that because we all know who the greatest is.
That's right.
Shout out to Chris for Raiders. My God. Man. Thank you so much, bro. Gifting 5 memberships. This man always just supports all of us, man. All of us Raider content creators. Can't thank you enough, man. I really do appreciate it. Really from the bottom of my heart, right? Guys, I love this. I do it because I love it. I don't do it, praying I'm going to get $1 million in 10 years. None of that is relevant. I love, talking that talk and straight up talking sports whenever I get a chance. And why not bring people in? You know what I'm saying? I enjoy all of it. Back and forth, the debates, the arguments. Yeah. Appreciate you, Chris. Really do, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, Chris. we're definitely, we'll have to do a show. We're going to have to get
to it. So the game is over.
The game
I don't
is
know
over.
if you noticed it. The game is over.
Yeah.
The Denver Nuggets fall to the Milwaukee Bucks, 121 to 112. Looks like it might have been a good game too, man. Looks like it might have been a really good game. Yeah. Well, I got to get ready, man. I got a lot to do. I'm supposed to be hopping on another live. I don't even know if it's going to happen. Hopefully, Severe, I'm on the way. Give me a few minutes. Yeah, got to make sure these dogs.
It's 10:30.
Yeah, it's 10:30, bro. And I got to get up in like 4 hours. My flight leaves at 5, 6 o'clock. So, but hey, that's how we do it over here, man. We work. We love bringing y'all this content. We love being able to give our opinions and voice what we know, man. So, what you got for the people, Spence? Anything going on, man?
No, man. I'm just excited to watch the Combine this weekend.
Yes. Oh, I wish I could do it. Spence.
It's going to be so much fun.
Spence, do it live. If you can figure this out, I'm telling you, I get it. I know it's do a live. I promise you.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
If you're at home, I don't care what the atmosphere is, just throw it up there, do a live. I promise you. It's going to get you going. It's going to be worth it, man. And yeah, I wish I could join. I wish I could join you. I won't even be around. I'll probably be with my family, you know, my parents, my cousins. They'll all be there. So I won't have time to do lives for the combine. This is the fight. Yeah, I did them last year. It was a blast. But yeah, highly encourage you, Spence. If you got the time to do it, do so. I'll be tuning in, even though I definitely won't be able to participate. Yeah. But yeah, cool, man. Yeah, and as far as
good luck. Good luck to those Go for Girlies this weekend.
Go for Girlies, man. The GGs. I will be in DC at the University of Maryland for Big Ten quad meet, as they call it. You got Maryland at home versus Illinois and Michigan and Minnesota, who's the 13th ranked team and basically the best team in this quad event. So we've only lost one meet this season to the number 6th ranked Michigan State Trojans. Boo. They're good though. This gymnastics thing, I'm actually probably going to create a channel for that too. It's just so amazing. Yeah, I can't wait to really start breaking. It's people. Gymnastics at the collegiate level is probably one of the, if not biggest, team situations you're ever gonna see. It's, I mean, even the girls themselves. If anybody is under the weather, who's up? We need 9/8 or better. There is no such thing as just putting you out there just because you need. No, we need whoever is prepared to get that 9/8 or better. It's all about getting that chip in college. So shout out to my GGs. I'll see y'all Saturday. Up front and center as always. Yeah, and that's it, man. We got next week. As always, I'm telling y'all I'm gonna get Spence on his own show one of these days. And we'll start championing that, man. And you know, get together what you want to get together, man. Ask me anything you need. I'll help with everything. I'll be a moderator, all those good things, man. Just get yourself going, Spence, right?
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, Turf and Spence is out.
Hook 'em.
Hook 'em.
Decomposing your big punk.